What do a rainbow at night, Charles Manson, quantum teleportation, and the deepest voice in the world have in common? They're all part of today's jaw-dropping list of 29 facts only the most knowledgeable people know. If you've heard even half of these before, you're either a trivia champion or a time traveler. We're going way beyond common knowledge today. From history to science to strange pop culture moments, get ready to collect facts that will make you the most interesting person in the room. Let's get into it. The guillotine was still used. When Star Wars premiered, the last execution by guillotine happened in France in 1977, the same year Star Wars hit theaters. As George Lucas reinvented the future, France was still stuck in the past. Charles Manson wrote a Beach Boys song. Before becoming infamous, Manson was trying to break into music. He actually wrote a song the Beach Boys recorded under a different name, Never Learn Not to Love. Google was almost called Backrub Larry Page, and Sergey Brin originally called their search engine Backrub in 1996. Luckily, a typo turned Googleplex into Google, and the rest is history. The first real computer bug was a bug. In 1947, engineers found a moth inside the Harvard Mark II computer. They taped it to the logbook, writing, "First actual case of bug being found. There are rainbows at night." Called moonbows, these nighttime rainbows are created by moonlight instead of sunlight. They're rare and usually appear white because our eyes can't detect color in low light. Microwaves were invented by accident. Percy Spencer was working near radar equipment when he noticed a chocolate bar in his pocket had melted. That accidental discovery led to the invention of the microwave. McDonald's has a tool to measure. Bun's consistency is key. To ensure burgers look the same worldwide, McDonald's invented a bun gauge to measure width and height. The Smithsonian even has one in its collection. Tim Storms has a voice. Elephants can hear. He holds the Guinness record for the lowest vocal note, 0.189 hertz. Too low for humans to hear. Elephants, however, can pick it up. His voice spans 10 octaves. Fortune cookies are Japanese, not Chinese. Despite the Chinese restaurant tradition, fortune cookies were invented in California by Japanese immigrants in the early 1900s. World War II changed their association forever. France gave women the vote the day before Hitler died. On April 29, 1945, French women voted for the first time. Less than 24 hours later, Adolf Hitler was dead. Coincidence or cosmic poetry? One pencil can write 45,000 words. The average pencil can draw a line 35 miles long or write the entire text of The Great Gatsby, with some room to spare. Quantum teleportation has already happened. Scientists teleported the quantum state of one atom to another over a distance of 1 meter. It didn't move the atom itself, just its exact quantum information. The Rubik's Cube was never meant to be a toy. Hungarian professor Erno Rubik created it in 1974 to teach 3D spatial movement. Students became obsessed, and it accidentally became a best-selling toy. A teen once fooled his whole school into banning water. In 1997, 14-year-old Nathan Zoner convinced classmates that dihydrogen monoxide, water, was dangerous. He won his science fair with a project on gullibility. Venus is Earth's evil twin. Similar in size but horrifying in every other way. 900 degrees Fahrenheit surface temperature, acid rain, and winds faster than the planet rotates. An oxymoron. The word combines oxy, sharp, and moron, dull in Greek, making it a contradiction about contradictions. The hashtag symbol has a mysterious name. It's also called an octothorpe. Octo is for its 8 points, but thorpe may be a made-up term from Bell Labs engineers. The sun is middle-aged. At about 4.6 billion years old, the sun is halfway through its life. In 4.5 billion years, it will become a red giant and then a white dwarf. NASA spacesuits cost $12 million in each. Most of that goes into the life support backpack that controls oxygen, temperature, and protects against micrometeorites. Deaf people can sign in their sleep. Just like hearing people talk in their sleep, deaf people can and do sign while dreaming. Observed in clinical sleep studies. Gutenberg didn't invent the printing press movable type. Printing existed in China and Korea centuries before Gutenberg printed his Bible in the 1450s. The oldest known printed book is the Diamond Sutra from 868 AD. The biggest eruption in history, caused a year without summer Mount Tambora in Indonesia, erupted in 1815, triggering climate collapse. In 1816, snow fell in June across the U.S., and crops failed worldwide. Manson mailed a bullet to a beach boy. After the Beach Boys altered and released his song without credit, Charles Manson mailed Dennis Wilson a bullet. Wilson never spoke of it again. Your brain eats itself without sleep. Sleep deprivation triggers excessive cleanup by brain cells, which can start destroying healthy connections if rest is lacking for too long. Confucius, Socrates, and Buddha were almost contemporaries. For about 14 years, all three philosophers may have been alive at the same time, shaping wisdom in different corners of the ancient world. Loch Ness is full of golf balls. A 2009 scan of the lake found over 100,000 golf balls at the bottom. Locals had been teeing off into the water for decades. The first hashtag was used in 2007. Before Twitter made it a trend, developer Chris Messina suggested the hashtag as a way to group tweets by topic. Genius jellyfish can live forever. Turritopsis dohrnii, a tiny jellyfish, can revert to its juvenile form after reaching maturity, repeating the cycle potentially forever. The word clue once meant a ball of yarn. In ancient mythology, a clue was a string used to guide heroes through a maze. Over time, the meaning shifted to something that guides or solves a mystery. There you have it. 29 weird, wonderful, and wow-worthy facts that only the most knowledgeable people know. Which one blew your mind the most, or did you already know a few of these? Let us know in the comments below. If you love learning things that surprise and delight, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more. And remember, smart is cool. Stay curious.